What's up, y'all? This is your boy Mo.
And your girl Gogo.
And we are back with another video. Let's go. First and foremost, I just want to say to our new subscribers, we love you. We love you and we love you. Welcome home. Welcome to the family.
Welcome home.
Yeah. All right, so today's video is all about answering the questions that you guys had for us. Do you want to just share a little bit about that, baby?
Absolutely. We have a highly requested, long-awaited Q&A that we are finally doing now that we're YouTubers now.
Bro.
We thought this is the perfect time to set the tone. Yeah. There's been a lot of burning questions that people have just been dying to ask.
Yeah.
And y'all didn't hold back in the question box on the story.
Questions are spicy. I was
like,
what? You guys really wanted to ask us that?
I know. Y'all really want to get right into it, huh? So.
Shout out to the boldness for sure.
Right.
Thank you guys for asking us these questions. We're going to try to answer them to the best of our abilities and be as honest as possible.
Absolutely.
That's who we are. That's who we are. We want to just, display as much honesty, truth about our love, about our relationship as much as we can and inspire you guys with something authentic. In saying that, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, let's do it.
Let's start with this one. When are y'all having babies? No rush, though.
Yeah, you guys really want us to have babies. The car video, I think majority, 90% of the comments were like, you guys are having a baby. You guys are having a baby.
You're pregnant. Oh. Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a mama. That's like, you asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, a mama. I always, we want babies. I think there's also the people who are like, stop saying they want babies. Stop saying they're pregnant.
Yeah.
I love you guys for coming to our defense. Don't stop. But at the same time, I think some people, it's very innocent. Like, obviously, yes. But then there's the people that are like impatient. And then there's other people like, there's more to life than just having babies, which is true.
Which is true. Absolutely.
We are very content. But that does not mean that we don't want babies. We really, really, really do. So to finally answer you guys, we want babies. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not having babies right now.
Yeah.
We are very much of like, we're planners. We're big planners.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have decided, even before we got married, like we want to have time together. We don't want to wait too long because both of our parents are getting older and babies are a blessing, and we just definitely feel fully capable in every sense of the word, financially, emotionally, spiritually ready to raise children and bring them earthside. Yeah. So at the same time, we're like, we don't want to wait too long.
And there's different factors that goes into this, right? The first thing, I think, because we come from different countries, right? She's American, I'm South African. We have to also consider the visa stuff, right? True. And also look into that, because if she gets pregnant, we have to figure out, where do we want to raise our kids? Is she going to give birth? Is she going to give birth in South Africa, in America? And am I able to go, with the restrictions of the visas and Trump being the president and all these things that are happening? So there's like different factors that we're looking into and just making sure that everything is like sorted, and handled before we actually make that decision. Yeah. The timeline that we're kind of looking at is, end of this year or beginning of next year, to fall pregnant. And definitely 2026 give birth, or 2027. Yeah. Who knows?
So we're talking 2025, 2026, 2027. Definitely nothing later than 2027. Okay. So we definitely love the comments like, oh, when is there going to be a baby Michael? It's like, we don't know. Soon. But at the same time, I guess we've
got a lot of babysitters out there.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. And we love that. Like, it doesn't bother us. I think if we had been in a situation where we've maybe lost a baby or weren't able to have a baby, those comments would be highly, highly sensitive. And I do understand why people are like, stop bringing it up. Like, that's like, leave them alone. Let them choose. Which I also appreciate, because I'm sensitive to people who've ever been in that type of situation. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. We have not been in that situation. Yeah. The one thing y'all gotta stop saying is, I can tell Gogo's pregnant.
Yeah, you guys, like,
I'm not pregnant, y'all.
She's not pregnant, you guys.
I'm not pregnant, y'all.
Man. It's actually not. I don't think it's something that you should say, until that person tells you. Like, hush.
You're gaining weight, I can tell by your stomach. That's so out of pocket. Nobody should ever say that.
It's not cool.
Keep it to yourself. Okay.
It's not cool.
Thank you.
It's not cool.
Next.
All right. Next.
Okay, here's a burning question. Whose feet stinks more? Gogo or Mo?
Guess what, you guys? You're not even going to believe this. A lot of times people say it's men, but in this relationship, it's her. Her feet
Look me in
stinks.
the face and tell me you believe that.
Your feet
Look me in the
stinks.
face and tell me without smiling that you even tell me.
Your feet.
Yeah, it's not true. This man knows it's not true.
Okay,
You
guys,
know it's
I'm
your
guilty.
feet.
I'm guilty of this.
Mo
I'm
all
guilty
day.
of this.
Come on.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. It's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, how is your usual daily routine?
Ooh, daily routine.
Love this question.
Yeah.
We're big routine people.
Absolutely.
We are very flexible and we're able to be spontaneous, but we prefer living like majority of the time in a routine.
Yeah.
That's something I've recently found in my adulthood, and Mo, just as a person, is a very routine person, and we thrive in routine.
I function well when I'm in routine.
Yeah.
Outside of routine, I'm not good. I'm depressed. You know, I don't even want to lie. Like it's that's just the reality of it. It's like I function well in routine. If I read, if I do my affirmations, if I spend time with the Lord, if I, read and remind myself of the type of husband that I want to be, read scripture, do this and do that, I show up well, the way that I want to show up. And I'm able to love the people that I'm supposed to love well, and even my wife, I'm able to love her well and really just be emotionally available.
One thing that I just wrote down in my planner, one thing that helps me with my routine is my planner. I'm a big planner girly. Me and my bestie are locked in. We have this planner called a Legend Planner. If you want more info, let me know. At the end of the day, you will be known for the thing you do the most, right? Yeah. And if you're not intentional about the thing you do the most, you'll still be known for that thing. Yeah. So if you're like, oh, I want to work out majority of the time, and then you'll be known as somebody who's a workout person. You're a fitness person. You're a fitness girly. But if you're not doing that majority of the time, you're sitting on your butt majority of the time, you're going to be known as somebody who sits on your butt, whether or not that's how you want to be known or not, because that's what you're doing majority of the time. So we wake up in the morning, we give each other a kiss every morning. We say good morning, we give each other a morning kiss.
I'm the one that wakes up first, by the way.
Yeah, regardless of who wakes up first. You know what I mean? That's always Mo. He's always up at 5 in the morning. And then we kind of go off and do our own separate morning routines, which consist of spending time with the Lord in the morning, doing our workouts, cleaning the house. These are daily things. We clean our house in the mornings, and then we start our work day, whether that is Mo working on music and me working on creative directing things, in addition to Gogo and Mo stuff. That's kind of like what our daily routine looks like. And then obviously we sprinkle in traveling and all of the things, but that's like kind of our consistency.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, next one. How do you handle conflict?
Ooh, this is a good one. I think it depends on the type of conflict. But I think we have like a rule of thumb of how we kind of handle general conflict, right? Yeah. We talk. Like we talk. We don't sit and just like let the other person feel it, and we don't make the other person guess or punish the other person. Exactly.
Be passive about it.
Oh, we can't stand passivity. No. We've developed really, really good communication in our marriage, and we talk.
Yeah.
We talk, and during our conversations, sometimes they get a little bit more heated. Most of the time, we're able to communicate about anything. And even in the hard conversations when things do get heated, we try our best to remain in self-control. We're not attacking each other's character. We're not cussing at each other. We're not really calling each other names ever. We never, ever, ever do that, no matter what.
No, I can't call you names.
How?
I love you too much to call you names.
I love you.
We're best friends, right?
We are best friends.
And we care deeply about each other. And I think, when it comes to conflict and stuff, we remember, I think maybe 1 or 2 times where we it was crazy. But I think outside of that, most of the time we remember who we are to each other and how much we mean to each other, so we handle each other with care. The way that I talk to her, I don't yell at her, I don't shout at her, I don't scream at her. Yes, we have a problem, and we can talk about it really nicely, and handle like mature people. The Bible is our go-to every single time. If we don't reach like a solution or whatever, if we talk, then we go to the Bible. What does the Bible say?
Literally, mid-conversation.
Exactly. What does the Bible say about a husband? Love your wife as Christ loved the church. So I go back and I say, yeah. I need to be on top of myself, But it's not as often. We have beautiful moments, but how do we handle conflict? We handle it like this, guys.
Absolutely.
It's like, remember, you're talking to the person that you love. You fell in love with this person, and you want to be gentle with them. You want to be loving to them, And also at the same time, there's nothing that you guys can never, ever, ever resolve if you have the Lord.
Exactly.
You know? And I think that's the most important thing that you have to keep at the center of a relationship. To say, listen, I'm not trying to handle this, you know, with my emotions and stuff like that. Like a lot of times we have to separate if it gets to that. We made an agreement where it's like, if it gets too heated, there's no solution or anything like that, then we will separate. I'll spend time with the Lord, I'll pray, you do the same thing, and then after 10 minutes we come together, we talk it through, you know. And a lot of times, I think when we had that, every time when we come back, it's like, I'm so sorry,
I love you, I'm so emotional, like I don't know why I said that.
Because
true.
Jesus ain't play, bro.
Because you like cut the anger.
He'll get you right. He'll get you right.
Exactly. You cut the anger. You cut the emotions. Like you stop as much. Because when you're here and you're talking, the emotions are high, and it seems like what you're saying matters so much.
Yeah.
But it's like when you just let everything. And this was something that was actually scary for me to do, because I wanted to just resolve it right then and there. And distance felt really, really scary. And separating felt like what I've experienced in the past, just the silent treatment and punishment. But this is so healthy. We came to a very healthy agreement that we'll set a time so that it can come together. And then when we come back, the Holy Spirit punched me in my gut. It was like, get it together, control your emotions, remember who you love. And then all of a sudden, it's like a brain reset. It's like a emotion reset. And then I'm
telling you, all the time.
I love you.
All the time.
And then we resolve it. When you said this is how I felt.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm never going to say that again. Okay, when I did this, how did that make you feel? I'm sorry. Okay, are we done? We're done. We're good. Yeah. And that's where the resolve comes in a lot of the time.
Okay, next question. Is Mo your virgin breaker?
What the hell I did?
That's a weird way to put this question. I don't know how I feel about this. This is so strange.
You guys be asking us things, bro. Like,
but I feel like this is a burning question. Everybody be asking this. I'm like, but we're going to answer it. And the answer is absolutely. He's the first man I've ever been with. First man I ever dated. First man I ever kissed. I've never kissed any other man. These are the only lips I ever kissed.
I am so blessed.
And this is the only man I've ever been in a relationship with. Yeah. Obviously engaged and married. Okay. To put this very quickly and promptly, we did wait until marriage, and a lot of people didn't know that. Yeah. But that is a whole story for a whole nother day. Yeah. So if you guys want more information on that, let us know. Maybe we'll do a whole separate video, because that is majority of the questions in this Q&A. People are like, did you guys stay pure sexual relations before marriage? How did you face temptation? There's so many questions about this. So if you guys want a YouTube video on its own, we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, I did get in there. And I did.
It's true.
All right, next question. Who came up with the idea of keeping the first year of your relationship private, and why?
Good question.
Good question. Mm-hmm.
I actually don't remember who came up with that. I think we probably just came up with it together, right?
I think so. I think we were just focused on knowing each other and also just, spending time with each other. And we were excited. Yeah. This was new for both of us, you know? And I don't think, let's tell the whole world was the first thing that we thought of. Right. It was like, no, let's keep this sacred. Let's keep this private as much as we can. Exactly. We want to protect it. We want to preserve it. And we want to just, grow it to be something even more beautiful, I think it's one of those things that you protect,
that was
treasure.
More exactly where it was coming from, was
exactly.
like a protective place. And I think to set the scene, Mo, it was 2018, September 3rd, and Mo asked me to be his girlfriend for the first time. It was he set up this beautiful date. Like, it was the most incredible thing.
I went all out. Fellas, take some notes.
Listen, he decorated. He gave me a little invitation before that had a dress code, a time, a place, intention, baby. And when I got there, he blindfolded me, and he had flowers. He had a photo of me printed. He had this plaque of resolutions to me. He had a whole program. I was like, this man got a program. We started with worship. He prayed. Like, it was the most beautiful day.
That's how you do it.
Overtaken by love. And by the end of it, he asked me, would you be my girlfriend? And I was like, yes. We were in such a bubble of love, and we were and we had taken so much time to pray into if this relationship was the right thing.
Yeah.
That when we started dating, it was bliss. It was complete bliss. And so it wasn't like we decided, let's just keep this private for a year. Our first thing wasn't just to run and go tell everybody on social media. It was like soak it in together.
So yeah, that's pretty much the reason. I think it's just to protect it. It's just to, get to know each other, spend more time with each other, and but also the pressure of posting. Like, who says you must post? When we feel excited and ready to post, we'll post. And if we don't want to, we don't want to.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we ended up with a social media account of 1.1 million.
How crazy!
Where the whole world knows about our relationship. How crazy! But I think in the beginning stages, it was important to preserve. It was important to protect. It was really, really important to do that.
Yeah. Honestly, y'all, highly recommend.
All right, next question. How did you guys meet?
Ooh, good question.
Good question, guys. We wanted to actually do a separate video because there's really, really, really a lot that we want to share. We want to put like messages, our first messages to each other, the pictures.
On Facebook Messenger.
All these things. So that's the next video that we're going to post in a couple of weeks or even days. Shoot, who knows? But we are working on it. And we'll definitely...
We'll give you the full story. We won't hold back any tea, any details. We'll add receipts.
Exactly.
Super, super, super a lot to tell.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Next up, financial advice for a young couple getting married. First of all, congratulations.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys.
This is such a fun time of life. Girl, I'm really excited for you. Practical financial advice would be like a couple things. Number one, we made money together while saving up for the wedding. So anything he made, anything I made, we literally put in savings. We lived very frugally as we could to save for the wedding. And I knew he's not just blowing money gambling and doing all these things and then I'm over here busting my butt. We put, both of us had enough discipline to say, oh my gosh, I need this. Hey, I need to take this out of savings. Is that okay? And we both had the discipline to say everything we have is going to these weddings and honeymoon.
Exactly.
And then number two, in the midst of that, tithe, offer. Don't forget to do that. Just because you're saving for a wedding does not mean that you shouldn't tithe and offer. Remember that all the promises and the blessings that come from tithing and offering.
Yeah.
And then number three is pray for favor.
Yeah.
You don't do things for show. Like, it doesn't need to look like the best, most beautiful wedding. It needs to resemble you and your partner and your future spouse. And if it's going to put you in debt, if it's going to put a financial strain, if it's going to cause stress once you're married to have to pay certain things off, don't do it, girl. Don't do it. That's seriously, a big bit of financial advice. We paid for both weddings, honeymoon, everything cash. We didn't
just
have
like that.
any debt, but it took time.
It really did. It took time, it took planning, it took wisdom.
And faith.
And self-control.
Absolutely.
To not touch the finances that we saved. To say this is what we want to achieve, and we're going to achieve that regardless.
Exactly.
So
So make a decision that doesn't put a strain on you, because remember that after the wedding there's a whole life.
Absolutely.
And
everybody's gone. It's just the two of you guys.
Yeah.
So you need to eat. You need somewhere to sleep.
Right.
You need a car to drive. You need petrol. You know? So I think keep that also in mind. You want to go to a honeymoon. You know. And
Yeah. And just pray for favor. Remember that not everything has to be money. Like, the Lord can move in people's hearts. The Lord can open miraculous doors that you're not anticipating at all. Follow that favor, and the Lord will really, 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 he'll bless you for sure. He'll lead you.
Absolutely.
And last question. This is a really good one. Have your cultural differences ever made it hard to understand each other in any matter? That's a good question. See, when we put a Q&A box, we want questions like this. Thank you.
This is what we're talking about.
Thank you, girl. I don't know who you... Yeah, thank you, girl. I would say, off the top, no. We understand each other very well, and... Because
we took the time to be best friends before.
That's the kicker. That's the kicker, y'all. That really is the kicker. Also, we are so firm in our faith. We're firm believers that more than culture... our belief system is what, like, we're so aligned on that I'll understand where you're coming from, because I understand your morale, your thought processes, the way that you are communicating is based off of biblical principles.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
That
I was
goes
gonna
so
say
much bigger than
culture. Exactly. I think we also we took beautiful parts of our cultures, and then the ones that were ugly, we were like, no, I'm not bringing this to our relationship or our marriage. And then she did the same thing, and I think that also just helped. Just, you know, the understanding and the
all day,
just everything about the relationship. It really set the tone for the relationship
on
its own, because I wasn't like, well, this is how we do things in my culture, so you're gonna do that. And she also didn't do the same thing. It was just more of like, what does the Bible say, and how we're gonna live our life. This is the foundation that we want for ourselves. I'm not gonna bring Betty culture into our marriage. As much as I'm a Betty man, I want my kids to know certain things or whatever. So I'm gonna take beautiful parts of that and bring it in, and she's gonna also do the same thing.
With the American culture all day. Exactly. There's so many things I've left at the door. Okay, I have left at the door to be able to love him right, because there's certain things. I love my culture, I really genuinely do, but but there's a lot of things I gotta keep at the door. Okay, and I'm happy to do that, to lay that down, to create the dynamic in our own family. I think also there's just like, that's the overarching thing, because the question was, have those cultural differences made it hard to understand each other? I would say no. But there have been cultural differences that we had to learn about each other's culture. And I would say it has been so easy to learn. There hasn't really been one that's like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't get it. We really like strive to understand each other. It is my duty. Do you understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. To make my man feel understood.
Same here, bro.
Like, it is my
duty.
Like, I take it so seriously. So it's like, if there's something that I'm like, the way that you're thinking right now does not make sense to me, I'm going to take the time to open his mind to understand, where are you coming from.
I'm willing to understand.
Exactly.
I'm willing to understand.
Even the other day, there was something that we were talking about, super like low key, wasn't a big deal. But then he was like, oh, maybe that's like something that you experienced, and you're referencing different American, you know, this culture, that,
exactly,
and maybe that's why. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's fair. Like, that's fair. I literally was like, that's fair. You're completely right. The different examples I was giving were in an American context.
Culture, exactly.
And I was like, you're right. And I have to be willing to do that. I can't say, well, it's right and it's da-da-da-da, and I'm still justified.
It's my culture.
I'm willing. Listen, you're right. Actually, the framework that I have in my mind was based off of where I was raised. And I cannot put that on you. And if you're bringing a different framework to me, I have to be willing to mold.
But also, here's the difference. If it matters to you, if it matters to her, I'm willing to learn it. I'm willing to learn it. I think that's also the difference. It's
Very
like,
true.
It's like, as much as, yes, it's new, don't have an expectation of me. Don't have an expectation of this particular thing that you want from me. Like, for me to know that, because it's not my culture. That's not how I grew up. But
I just want you to automatically get it.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
But because it matters to you, I will learn it. I will learn it, and I will offer that. I wasn't raised with it. I wasn't raised this way. I didn't know about it, but it matters to you.
Yeah.
I will learn it.
I'm the exact
and I'll
same
offer
way.
that.
We literally have developed that together, and I think that's what makes us such a great team. I'm not even gonna lie. We are a great team because I am so willing to understand his culture. He is so willing to understand my culture, and together we've literally just created our own little culture. And now there's no such thing as cultural differences. Like, that's just so strange. Like, it doesn't even feel like we're two different cultures, because we so locked in. We are husband and wife. Like, there's no differences between us. Like, that's just how it is. So our home is run from that place. Our day-to-day is run from that place. Our marriage is run from that place. And the beauty that I'm able to bring him that he doesn't know about it's a benefit. And the beauty he's able to bring me that I didn't grow up with is a benefit to me. So that's just how it is.
That's just how it is. Hi, y'all.
That was loaded, y'all. And kind of spicy. There were so many more questions, though. So I feel like we're going to have to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90. Okay.
Absolutely.
Just to get into all the tea. Stay tuned for the 2 future videos, because we wouldn't want to just like rush the answers for how we met and also what it was like waiting for marriage. So those ones are juicy. And
super juicy.
So we're gonna
super duper juicy. So you better make sure
you're
that
subscribed.
notification button is on,
because
you
when
don't
it
want to
comes,
miss
it's gonna
out.
come full force.
You know what I mean, guys? Thank you so much for watching our video.
Yes.
As you guys know, please like,
Subscribe,
comment,
share.
all the things, and make sure that you subscribe if you're new to our channel.
Absolutely.
Because we would love for you to be part of our journey.
Yes.
And yeah, from us, the Maclos, we love you guys, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.